Hey, what's going on? Strat told you here with the weekend shift. Man, this 2-1-2 reversal on the SPY on the month. It's been interesting. If you know where to go, okay? This is the strat. We trade what we know to be true. I don't worry. I'm not gonna do what I did last weekend. Price. Price does not bounce, but I'm not going to do that again, okay? I promised. I promised everyone out there, okay? Um, Again, that last episode was all about just I really want you to see what's happening. I want your mind to think about what's actually happening, okay? Buyers and sellers. You're here today. I got a good one for you, okay? We are going to review what's going on. We're going to review the basics, okay? We're going to talk about the strat scenarios, but I got David Yocum on here from Trendspider. Heck yeah, awesome! You might have heard him with me. You might have heard him with me on the Trendspider Twitter Spaces. That was fun. I've been on there twice with him now. He knows what he's doing. He's very smart, and but he does technical analysis like straight up. But he is a stratter, and he knows what we're talking about. He knows what we do, and he's going to be a bridge for us. Okay, he's going to be a bridge for us. We are getting to the point in in this series, the weekend shift journey. That's what I'll call it, the weekend shift journey. And like I said, this is a safe place. All right, we trade the strat. We trade what we know to be true. We trade the strat, and he trades engulfing bars. That's what he loves doing. Okay, and I like trading scenario threes. That's my thing. We know on a smaller time frame that is a broadening formation. Okay. I like the reason why he knows that technical analysis. We're going to see how he sees things, and we're going to try and marry it up with the strat, and we're going to try to play it the way he sees it, and the way we're going to play what he sees the way we see it, and we'll come to an understanding. And I know daggone well I'm going to learn something. Okay, it's going to be good. But for a quick review, let's go to the charts. All right. This is pre-recorded, so by the time you see this, the charts will look different. All right, so if you're looking at this and go, man, that's not what happened, or that's already old, that happened. Anyway, when I trade, I have all four time frames up at the same time: the monthly, the weekly, the daily, and the 60. This shows me time frame continuity. Okay, all across the board. This shows me the level of aggression of buyers and sellers. Okay. Remember what I said last week, okay? The level of aggression of buyers and sellers, that's what we're really measuring. That's what we're gauging, okay? We want to be in with the most aggressive group, okay? If they're selling this thing to the lows, I want to be in there with them. If this thing is going to the highs, I want to be in there with them. We trade reversals, okay? So what we're going to do, let's go over the strat scenarios, okay? Why? Because I want you guys to know what a scenario 3 is. And I used to do this every episode, and then we kind of backed it down because we want you guys to grow and see it for yourselves. Here is a scenario 1, okay? A scenario 1 does not take out either side of the previous range. Right here. See this? That's a scenario 1. Inside bar, okay? Doesn't take out either side of the previous range. Let's find this is a scenario 2 right here. Scenario 2 only takes out one side of the previous range, either the highs or the lows, no matter the color. If it takes out the top side of the previous range, that's scenario 1. If it takes out the lows, if it takes out the highs, that's a scenario 2 up. If it takes out the lows, it's a scenario 2 down. I say this all the time when I get caught up in my words anyway. Here you go. Let's bring this thing over here. We got a 2 down because it takes out the lows of this one. Yes, we count the wicks because the price traded there. Somebody got stopped out there, okay? So we count the wicks. We got a 2 down, even though this is a green. This is a 2 down. 2 up, okay? 2 up, 2 up, 2 up. Now, a series of 2s in one direction is considered a trend. Okay, that's very important. It's considered a trend, okay? You do not want to be trying to short when this thing is blasting to the highs, okay? You do not want to go long when this thing is obviously going to the lows, okay? All right? And then you got your scenario three, the most. I want to say that I think it's the most important candle out of all of them. A scenario three takes out both sides of the previous range, and that's what we'll be looking at today. Because this takes out the highs and the lows. Okay, scenario three, and on a smaller time frame, this is a broadening formation. This is a broadening formation, and we're looking at weeks, and this is weeks, and what we're doing is we're making sure this is the scenario three. So we take out the highs, take out the lows, and the thing is with this is it could do it again. Okay, so what I like to do is watch these. I like to trade scenario threes. So what I'll do is wait for this three to close, and then wait for the next bar. What's it gonna do next? Okay, because that'll let me. That shows me the level of aggression of buyers and sellers again. Okay, so here's your scenario three. 3, 2 down. Then you had your another scenario three. It did take out the highs here. It did. It did go two up and then failed and then back down again. Okay. I know people like to change the colors of their charts or their candles so they can see different things, or so it's like psychological, or so it looks pretty. I think you'll get a lot further with the strat if you just leave them green and red. Okay, green and red, because red means sell, green means buy. Okay, keep it simple. But on the week, here's your broadening formation scenario three. Takes out both sides. Okay, here's your days. Well, where'd it go? Give me back. Give me back my week. Where'd it go? We're gonna have to squeeze it. Let's do this. Oh, because I want you to see that. Um. Where'd it go? There it is. Well, geez, that was weird. It took me into like outer space or something. Anyway, whatever. There you go. You can see that broadening formation. Test the lows, test the highs, test the lows. Try to test the highs again, doesn't do it, comes back down. Trades in the middle for a long time. These are daily bars. All of it, just trade. Kind of now it's starting to drift up, but I mean, just look at this right here. Chop, shop in this area, okay? Back to the week. Where's my auto button? Back to my weeks. What the heck? What the heck, Trading View? Jeez. Anyway, there's your scenario three. I went too far to find this three, I think. Where is this three from? My goodness. The strat is repetitive. I don't know how I got to this three. Was this October? Oh, August 1st. August 31st, 2020. I don't know why I picked that one, but I did, okay? But there's your scenario three. Takes out both sides of the previous range, okay? All right, and then most interesting thing about these threes, I'll talk about it later on, okay? Maybe I'll talk about it with David. But on the year, okay? On the year, we have an outside year. And if you follow me on Twitter, we were really excited about this. Why? Because we were just chopping around in here. We were just chopping around, doing nothing. Once we took out the lows of this, and we took the stops out here, then the price started to reverse back up because we took the stop. We got rid of all the stops down here for the year. We were happy about that. I know it's weird, and you know, you're like, well, how can you be happy about that? Well, once it took out all these lows, it took out all these stops on the quarters. It took everybody out here. Now it creates a vacuum, order vacuum to the upside. All right. I want to see this thing start blasting to the upside. These are quarters. These are quarters. I want this thing to go 2, 1, 2 reversal up in the face. That's what I want. Okay. There's that scenario three again. Took out the highs, took out the lows. That's on the quarter. Anyway, if you want to get in with us, right before I get to David Yocum, if you want to get in with us over here at if you want to get over here with us with Sepia Group, before we get too far into it, before David comes on, get on Power X2. Power X2, okay? That is, or Power times 2, that's what I call it. Power X2. That's going to give you Rob Smith's live room for for $99 a month for the first 3 months. Okay, $99 per month for the first 3 months. Okay, that's a super great deal. And then Rob's doing 2 power hour sessions a week. So on Mondays and Thursdays, 2 power hour sessions a week. That's a super great deal. You know what you'll be paying for? You'll be paying for one-on-one time with the creator of the strat, personal trading, coaching, and you're paying $100 for 2 sessions with Rob a week. You cannot get personalized one-on-one training for anybody for $100. You cannot. I don't care where you go. Even this, I don't care where you go. I'm not even going to mess around being sarcastic or nothing. You just can't. No one's doing that. Okay. So Power X, get in there. Rob's doing it all this August. All right. You got 2 weeks left. That's 4 more. That's 4 power hours, and then it unlocks the entire power hour catalog. Okay, on the weekends you just sit there and just keep watching them. Just keep watching all of them. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much about that. Power X2, get in there. So let's get David on. Okay, let's bring him on. I know he's waiting. He's going to show us how he trades these engulfing bars. He will be talking TA technical analysis, but it's okay because this is the weekend shift. This is the weekend shift. That's it. So weekend shift. This is a safe place. If you trade the strat, but you understand, or you want to learn the strat, but you understand technical analysis better, hey, this is the show for you. This is your way in. Okay. Rob says if what you do works and helps you, the strat just puts what you do on steroids. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring David on. Let's bring him on. Hey, what's going on, Dave? What's going on? David Yocum from Trendspider. How are you doing?
Doing well. Appreciate you having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Me and you have had fun on Trendspider Twitter Spaces with Jason. What is it? Krutsky. That's it. And honestly, if it's too long and I can't understand it, I ignore it. And I know it's a terrible habit. It's not personal.
That's
just ignore it. It's bad. High school was hard for me. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. And the reason why you're here, number one, you know what you're talking about. You're super smart. But you posted something about engulfing bars that I know me and you will click on like immediately, because engulfing bars to us are scenario threes, outside bars. And that I did that in my intro, so I'm not gonna go over it again unless they need to. And we got our kids in the back. I always say the kids in the back because the other ones in the back of the classroom doing spitballs. They're not really paying attention. But you gotta make them laugh and get their attention. So I'm always talking to the kids in the back. But thank you so much for being here. Just real quick, I want them to know who you are. So how did you start trading? How'd you get with Trendspider too? That's huge. That's like I don't know. He's like low level. Like, I'm a trader, and they're like, hey, you want to work at Trendspider? And they're like, superstar.
Yeah. So I started trading around 2014, 2015.
Oh wow.
I was about 14 or 15 years old around that time. I found out you could draw some lines and click some buttons to make money. So that's how most people get into trading. So
wow.
It really just became a passion that kind of started with more of the long-term view. First book I read was by Benjamin Graham. It was a more long-term investor, Warren Buffett type book. But one thing to another and found charts. So that's how I got into charting. And then Trendspider, I started posting some chart ideas about 1.5 or 2 years ago on Twitter just for fun. Jake Wojastik, who's our co-founder, he found me on there. He said he'd love to have me use the charts. So got set up there, and one thing led to another. And about I think it's about 8 months now I've been working there. So that was kind of my end there, and just loving it so far.
That's so cool. That's awesome. That is amazing. Since 2014, so you've been trading longer than you are old. That's that. I don't know how that math works, but you have more experience than me. That's it. I had to say that. I did not know that. Honestly, yeah. I was gonna say that, you look like you're 19 and a half and you should be in basic training, but yeah. You've been trading for a long time. Holy crap. Do you get that reaction all the time, or is that the people?
Yeah. It's funny we mentioned it too, because yesterday I sent Braden, who's my boss at Trendspider, I sent him over I found my first ever trading view post and my first ever stock twits post. And then my charts back then are so much different now, but
Yeah.
it was really cool to see. And I knew my younger self didn't really know what was going on, but
Yeah.
now hopefully I do. So we'll see.
You do, you do, and it's awesome. It's awesome. And so you're primarily technical analysis, but you know other stuff. And don't you? I know you people in the chat start. Don't you do it? You be nice to Dave, okay? Be nice to him. He the reason why I want him on is because he does know the strat. He knows what's going on, but he knows technical analysis to a point where he can see, he can apply both. You know what I mean? And that's what I told you guys about me teaching the CATA, how to trade the strap. They were all technical analysis, and just for you, Dave, they most of them have 30, 40 plus years trading, and they didn't give me no mess. You know what I mean? They love the strat. They love what I was talking about, and that's awesome. And it kind of legitimizes what, I don't know, makes me feel good. Like, okay, I can hang. You know what I mean? And it just kind of proves a little bit more that the strat is for real and it does work. You know what I mean? It's awesome. So I want to use that outside bar, that engulfing bar, to just kind of show what I would see, how we would trade it, how you would trade it. And I know daggone well we're going to find some winning positions. And like I said, like we always say, create winning positions, add to them, and defend them with tight stops. And I know you'll show me something I didn't know. I know you will.
Yeah, hope so.
So don't be afraid to talk all that stuff. If you want to say, volume capitulation and there was a double bounce off the VWAP and those, hit the top of the thing and came down, and the price digested on the dangling participle. Go ahead, say it all. Say it all.
Will do.
Awesome. So let me real quick, because that's pretty much the whole thing. Why I wanted John here. So my idea was to talk about this guy right here. This outside bar on NOV energies, in energies. Let's make the charts big so it's easier to see. Of course, we always trade with all, I said that in my intro, month, week, day, 60. But on this 60-minute time frame, here's that outside bar. Now the bar started way down here. My scenario 3 started way down here. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'll put my labels on for the kids in the back. So it's easy.
Like I'm looking the other way. I'm looking at my other monitor, which is you. So that's how I'm following along.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So here's that same outside bar. And then I've got the scenarios there, strat scenarios there, so we can see, better, a little bit easier. But yeah, that first hour opened up way down here. And I'm sure I'm actually long in this, and I'm sure it was very easy to look at this thing and go, oh, geez, now it's, the jobs numbers were bad. I don't know what that has to do with energies, but it's tanking the entire market. And it's easy to say that and see that. But then guess what happened on the smaller time frame? I think it was on the 15-minute, actually the 5-minute. The market said, oh, cool, the jobs numbers are bad. Who cares? Take it back to the highs. Actually, we'd have to go to the 1 minute to see where this scenario 1 starts. But you can see, we say it all the time, on a smaller time frame, the broadening form, the scenario 3 is a broadening formation on a smaller time frame, and you can see that. I got the outside bar marked on the 60. Ah, geez. Oh, come on. Where you at? Sorry. There's my 60. And then drop all the way back down to the 5-minute. Give me a second to go find it. There it is. There's that outside bar. There's that outside bar from here to here. There's that 60 and that 60-minute bar. So, I mean, that's really cool to see it trade down, and then the buyers take over immediately and then take this thing back to the highs. And then it kind of just traded around and nothing, sideways, and then kind of down for the rest of the day. But this outside bar made me think of you immediately. Like, what would David do on this, honestly? So I'm gonna go ahead and unshare, and then if you want to show me how you would do this. I mean, did you see this, or is this something you see all the time? Is this something you're looking for?
This current example is new to me, so we can kind of go over at the same time.
Oh, okay, cool. But this is what I would see. So with us, this scenario 3, again, this happened today. So what we do is they sold it down, they bought it up on a smaller time frame. This is a broadening formation, and then you can see their 60s kind of all got stuck. We would call this a mother bar, compound mother bar, because from here to here, all the price is trading sideways for the rest of the day. Nothing dramatic, nothing to see here, folks. But if you're holding, and I am through this, no reason to get out. No reason to get out. It's just sitting there. That's how we would trade a scenario 3. Now it's got to get out of that 3, because if they don't take out, they did take out the highs here, didn't take out the lows. But for us, what we do is if the highest participant, they bottom up, they sold it down, maybe they'll do it again. So what we're seeing, what we want to see is this thing going to go 3-2-2 to the downside? Because if that's true, here's the other side of that broadening formation at $17. You know what I mean? To right. The in your face. You know what I mean? So that's tough. I always post that that Mike Tyson meme. Everybody thinks they know what they're doing until they get an outside bar to the face, and then all of a sudden your trading plan changes dramatically. That's what I see. How do you trade engulfing bars?
Sure. Yeah, it depends. I look for engulfing bars, especially in certain trends. So, if I see a bullish trend, I'm a fan of the EMAs just to kind of determine that. If I see, say, a bullish engulfing from there in a strong uptrend, then that's a pretty big signal for me. That an entry is either there already, or it's something that I need to have my eyes on over the course of the next few days. So that's kind of how I view it. It's more in the perspective of trend itself, but I think it's an important candle. It says a lot about price. So definitely look at.
Yes, definitely. That's what I say. Yeah. Like I said, your trading plans change when you get a scenario 3 to the face. Engulfing bar, just right. It's going down. I got puts. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's go ahead. Share if you got some charts for us. Let me see show us how you trade that engulfing bar. I mean, I know you just said it, but within the trend and things like that. Now, for you stratters, don't get scared. Don't get scared now. All right. He's going to show some stuff. He might draw some horizontal lines. Rob, don't be calling me on the phone. Rob will call me. He'll say, "Dude, he'll get on the phone and be like, was that a horizontal bar you traded? You drew on there? Like, no. Is that support? No, Rob, it's not support."
Unfortunately for Rob, I'm going to be drawing a couple of those. So sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So for the 1 hour chart on the NOV example that you just showed, I'd probably just start by looking for what I like to call the line in the sand, which is a key price level, that price either bounces off of as support or resistance. And I can already see a pretty key level that I'd probably be paying attention to. So just kind of matching up this price action, you can see price bounced over here with this. This was also a 3 candle here. Came through, rejected off of it, came lower, and then we got above that line today. Now, in terms of trend, this is a bullish trend. A lot of times with engulfing candles, I like to see, strong volume in order to show that price really came through there with a lot of power. This current example, it's about average volume. So not too much, but this is a really big candle. So this would have probably caught my eye if I was scanning at this point during the morning. But as far as kind of how I would play it, I would probably look for a close above this 3, or honestly, you could have probably just gotten faked out here by taking this 2 up following. And then in terms of the trend, I'd like to set my stop under this 55 EMA, and that's just a Fibonacci number that I like to use for my EMAs. So kind of the volume dissipated throughout the day. It's a light volume pullback. So I'd be interested to see where this comes out on Monday. But you can also kind of see for just a simple technical analysis pattern, a little bit of a bull flag, if you'll ever let me click there. Just somewhat of a bull flag. It's pretty choppy. It's not coming down with a lot of volume, and it's not, it's not a sharp move. So this is a pretty good entry, I think, for a long position because, in terms of risk reward, if I draw out my position here, say you just entered in the day, which I probably wouldn't have because it wasn't very bullish to end, but the stop under this engulfing candle, and you look for the next real resistance to kind of target. I see a lot of wicks in this area, body closes. So this could be an initial target, which is a 3.2 risk reward. So I can hit 25% of these and still be profitable at the end of the day. with the three risk reward. So doesn't have to hit every time, but when it does, it's going to give me a lot more money than what I would have lost.
That's awesome. Yeah, your winner's always bigger than your losers. And that's why I got you here. That's why I got you here. You know what you're talking about. But if go to the daily chart on this. I do want to see something on the daily. Zoom that sucker in strat style, like big. Yeah, see that shooter? That's that Momo shooter. That's that last candle. We call that a Momo shooter, and that's what I want to see. If the price trades below that one, that candle at the bottom, if the price trades below that, I don't know, I might be out at 1702. Now looking at the week, inside week, I mean, I know I'm kind of stratting you a little bit. Go to the week. Yeah, so I'm hoping, like you said, it's bullish. I do see your emails there, and I hope that supports that. I really don't know how to read that, but I'm seeing it's closer. I mean, I'm hoping, I want to see a 2-1-2 continuation up on that. That's what I want to see, and that the reason why, but the month's inside. It's an inside month, so it could go either way. I mean, because it is as an inside month, we know the price is going to consolidate and continue to, reverse up and down. But yeah. So I just based on that, I can see why you would, like you said, get in, but I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, the weekly time frame is definitely interesting. You said the inside bar. If you are long, I'd probably like to see a little bit more of a wick, so price come a little into this body. But in terms of trend, the way I read this is the red just being bearish, blue being bullish. So it's holding its current EMAs. And then when you get down to the daily time frame, it's just above them. They're starting to flip green. But if you see a breakdown through here, that's when I'd probably turn quite bearish, just because this is a pretty key level here that I'd say price got rejected below it. So any continuation lower, and I think this red trend could continue. But that's more of a little bit of a swing trade look at it. So.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll definitely stick my my stops below that shooter on the daily and just be like, hey, I mean, this one's done. I'll wait for another reversal back into that. That engulfing, go back to I didn't mean to take you off on a journey there, but on the 60s, on that original, what do you usually trade on? Do you usually trade on the daily? What do you usually trade on?
Yeah, a lot of the time it's daily and 65 minutes, sometimes weekly if I'm doing a longer term position trade where I'm just holding on for a bit. But typically my daily time frames where I like to stick.
That's awesome. So show me something that an engulfing bar. I know I took you on a trip there. We were just looking at NOV. I wanted to see how you see NOV. But on these engulfing bars, how do you play them?
Yeah,
maybe we'll get a better idea, another idea on how we see scenario threes. Keep going.
Sure. I'm going to just go ahead and pull up the auto pattern recognition. So I'll show you an example of a three that I really like that goes along with my strategy. It's this one in particular. So you can see these two bars. This is a pretty big engulfing pattern there. So kind of how I view this is the trend doesn't really know what it's doing. It's pretty flat through here, still a little red. But this bearish and engulfing candle here comes on an increase in volume, not a huge amount of volume, but it also took you below all these EMAs. So I'd probably look into a short position, maybe look for a 2 down right here. And you can see that the price kind of fell off pretty sharply there. Not that there was much demand until this area, which would have been a great target. But that's one example I wanted to show that I've seen in the past. And it's definitely something that worked. So
I like that. That makes sense. So and so with because for the 3-2, me and Rob and Michael Dang, when he was on here, we had a discussion. It was coming out of like strat philosophy, strat science conversation, because me personally, I view a 3-2 as a reversal because they took the price in one direction, it reversed, and then and then it continued in that direction. So I see it as a reversal. Rob says it could be a reversal or a continuation.
Sure.
My thing is with this engulfing bar, the scenario 3 that you highlighted, like you said, I'm looking for that too. That's exactly how I would play that, because I know who the most aggressive participation group is, the sellers. That's clear.
Yeah.
So I love playing 3-2s. I play those 3-2s like I do 2-2 continuations, hammer and force. You know what I mean? Because like I said, if it goes above that 3, I know where it's at. And then in NOV, you were talking about getting faked out because of that 2 up. It hit it means it hit magnitude somewhere and someone dumped it. Oh, cool. We made what we wanted and we dumped it. And that's where we would set our stops and just be like, if it comes in, I'm out. So I don't have to worry about getting wrecked. That's awesome. That's perfect. See, I told you we would click on
Yeah.
something. We see those 3-2s.
Yeah.
3-2s. Heck yeah, 3-2s. What's this? I mistakenly thought you were. I know. I thought you were doing ICT because of this big bar. What are you drawing here?
Yeah, so this is a price area where we found support back in early March, and this was off a pretty steep decline, so it's pretty solid support here. But really, what this is highlighting is this consolidation zone that we had in June. People started to get a little bullish on this rip, consolidate through, and then got a huge price movement to the downside there.
I like it.
So it's just a key area where I think there's a lot of supply and demand, depending on what side you're on. So it's just something I like to watch to kind of gauge where the market's at. So basically, if we break this right now, and this in the relative shorter term, the market's making higher highs. But if say we get rejected here, this is going to be a lower high. If we get below these red trends again, I think we see more downside and potential new lows from there.
Yeah, seriously, keep the president off the TV. keep the Fed off the news too. Jeez, I wanted to set a proposal out there that says, if you're going to talk about the market, you can only talk about it for 15 minutes. That gives me time to cut positions and start new ones. 15 minutes. You talking for 3 hours? Wrong answer. But I see how this scenario 3 inside this price bar, that scenario 3, that big blue one. I don't know if you can point to that.
Which one are we looking at here? This one?
Right there. Yep. That big 3 right there. Yep. That's the scenario 3. I see that as engulfing bar. You're not doing anything until it hits the top or the bottom of this consolidation, right?
Right. I'm not going long if we're under these EMAs here. That's just how I trade. It's a very simple way of looking at it. And, I miss a lot of trades to upside, but it increases my probabilities because, and this ended up getting that fake out anyways. So I'd like to see a bar like this, above, or even just this 3. If we get a follow-up, a 2 above this, and then we start breaking this trend, that's something I'm going to be watching for the long side from there.
That makes sense. So, okay. So you're saying even if this, you got your bar. What's it called again? I'm sorry.
I just say a key price level is how I.
Okay, key price level. So you got your key price level. You got because you're marking the consolidation. You're saying even if this thing goes 2 1 2 reversal up right at the end. Let's just say it didn't go down, it went up. So 2, 1, and then it goes 2 up. You still wouldn't touch it because it's in that red zone.
Right. Yeah. So I need to close at the least above this. But I'm not getting heavy position size until I see a completely blue trend, kind of like back here. This is when the market's trending well, and that's when your highest probabilities are. So that's why I'm taking those bigger position sizes.
Heck yeah, look at that hammer right there. Go back. Oh, right where the blue and the red start kind of like converging there. No, not you're close. Nope, you're in the right area. You're in the right area. Keep going back. Go back. Right there. That one. Give it to me. 2-2 reversal, aim force in the face to the highs.
Yep.
To the highs. Whoa, you got all kind of stuff in there. Trendspider does all kind of things.
Got some EMAs, but this is another one I like to look at. And the price has gotten near it. Same thing. These are all just Fibonacci numbers that I use, so it looks silly to a lot of people. But it does well at capturing the longer term trend as well. You can kind of see where price bounces in the past. It's close to these levels the majority of the time. So that's a great one. And this gap up and it closed above this high here. That's pretty bullish. And then we have this another expansion bar right here that closes above this high. And these are both just good indicators for a strong trend there.
Yep. We call that in the strat, that hammer. Zoom that hammer in. Yeah, zoom that little area in there if you can. Because strat way, the way we see that, we call that a kicking pattern. Anybody got short below that hammer, as soon as that next bar opens, they're underwater. They're in losing positions immediately. They wake up to the to losing. You know what I mean? And all you need to do is buy anything above that, and it has to stay above that. Of course, now we know where to set our stops and let it go. Let it go. And that's awesome. That's really cool. What are these things again? Are these, you said these are SMAs? They look
Yeah,
different.
your EMAs. So these are the 8 being the top one. This line here will be 21, 34, and then 55.
Well, they
So
got shades on them, I guess. I thought that's why I thought they were different.
yeah, so the lightest shade would be the 821 EMA zone. Then we go to 2134, then 3455. So that's just I like to look at it, but
Oh no, I like it.
look pretty, so that works.
That's awesome. I like it. Show me another one. Show me what else you got. Anything recent? Anything recent? You were like, heck yeah. Anything on that show? Maybe DE that we did, the last one that we did on Trendspider,
Yeah,
Twitter
DE was
Spaces.
a bad one
Twitter
here.
Spaces, DE, and then was it QCOM? You're looking at QCOM too, right?
Yep, Qualcomm was another one. So the only 3 I'm seeing here right now would be this almost like a hammer here, where we broke that low, broke the high into this key area. We did this rejections where I started to get short. You know, we're in a bearish trend. So I go short off here. We get this bounce up, and then we touch the top of this range. A close above this was my stop. So I added more short position here to get into my full size, and then ended up getting stopped out the next day. But it was a small loss. I knew my my risk when I got into it. So you know, as they always say, never risk where you're not willing to lose. So
yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Keep those losers small. So you went okay. No, okay, yeah. Show me QCOM. Go ahead. Look at that hammer. Oh my gosh, look at that hammer. But I'll let you talk about these outside bars.
So this is one of my probably my favorite examples of kind of a decisive 3-bar, which you know changes the trend itself. And we see this longer term trend line I have here. You know, this is just showing me that there's lower highs being made. And then we get into the bottom of this range here. You can see, let me zoom in for you. You can see this 3 here that my cursor's on. And then, so what this does is it takes you above this trend line. It also takes you above yesterday's high, and it also takes you above all these EMAs. So even my 55 EMA there. So that's when it's on my radar. I'm like, this is getting interesting. Didn't end up taking a trade. I'm not sure if I was either busy or just didn't have the setup there. But got this big follow through. I think I mentioned it up here. It was the day before earnings. So it was this day. It's funny because I had this zone here, and I said on the space I'd like to see price get either hit this low or this high. This kind of looks like ICT as well, which is maybe
that's what I thought, and that's what I was thinking. Okay, he's doing ICT, but that's okay. It still makes sense. In the Army, we'd call that a kill box, and that's my zone. That's my zone. As soon as you get in that zone, you're mine. So yes, like you said, yes, that does look like an ICT thing. But go ahead, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I said I'd like to see an earnings drop. I said if it goes long here, then I'll look for pullbacks from there. But we did get that, and I actually almost touched this to the penny. I think it was 3 cents off from this low over here. But got a nice hammer off this. We can see the trend has turned blue. So I'm thinking this is bullish. You know, we have 5 candles in a row where we're closing. Closing blue or green in your case. So these are some strong closes. As far as kind of what I'm looking at in the future, just drawing the same kind of zone near the top here. So see how price reacts through here. You know, if you get a bearish hammer or something like that, you might be able to start taking off some of your position just to get risk off the table. You're already in the green anyways. So yeah, that's how I saw this one. But it all started with this 3, which, as you know, 3 can start a big trend or start the other way as well. So it's just a candle I like to look
at. Where would you get in on that, just for funsies? Where would your entry be? Can you mark that with a horizontal line?
Sure. Yeah. So if I saw, let me try to find this real quick.
That one. Oh, okay.
Go ahead. So honestly, if I was paying attention, I probably would have entered on this day once you're breaking this high. So I probably would have zoomed into the 65 or the 15 minute just to get a confirmation that we're closing above it. So that would have been a great entry. And then this hammer itself, which I took a stab at, ended up getting, this was basically exactly how I'd hoped that it would have worked out during that Twitter space, which was a
Yeah.
bullish candle around this area.
That's
Um,
awesome. That's awesome because we would, yeah, and so we see it pretty much the same way because I would get in above that three. Give me some horizontal lines. Get rid of those verticals. We'll chart it. We'll see if I can talk you through it. Give me right above that three that you're engulfing bar, right above it. Give me yep, right there. Yep, that's my entry. And then right on that live bar, that on that scenario 2 up, give me a horizontal line right below that bar.
for your stop.
Yep, that's my stop. Bam. You already know what I'm saying. That's my stop. I trade common. I didn't ask you that. Do you trade common or options?
I do common for the most part. I like to play around with options when I'm feeling lucky. So, but commons is where I like to stick.
That's awesome. The same here. Same here. It's like that dirty Harry. Do you feel lucky, huh, punk? You want to trade some options, huh, punk? And then you're like, then they lose $50, and you're like, oh, I didn't want to play options. Anyway. I like trading common because I know where to get in, just like you see right here. I know where to get in, I know where to get out, and I can keep pushing my stops up until I get stopped out with profit. And if I'm David Yocum and I'm in QCOM and I got a reason to stay in and I see this hammer, I can take some profits at the top. I leave a runner, and then here's my hammer. As soon as that hammer goes in force, add.
Yeah.
Add. And now I'm adding, and I can hold that for another 5 days and then push my stops up. And then what's QCOM doing on the, I call it QCOM. Everybody calls it Qualcomm. QCOM, what's QCOM doing on the week and then the month?
Yep.
What we got on the week? Any actionable signals for the week? This is a recorded show, so these are going to look different when you see it. Okay. Inside week. Okay. What do we got on the month? Oh, that's the month.
Yep.
It's
So
inside month.
we got to bounce off this lower zone is what I'm seeing. So this is 34.55 EMAs. This found the bounce in April of 2020 as well. We also draw a line where we've seen support and resistance. So kind of in this area, we can see price stalled out here, found support here, and that's the same zone. So, this is a high probability setup, in my opinion, down here for longer term. You can see we're still inside here for the monthly. But it looks bullish as it stands right now. Obviously, it could flip, but
that inside bar. When you guys see this is pre-recorded. When you guys see this, the charts will look different. So make sure you get with David Yocum, follow him, follow me. Let us know what happened. It's not about we told you so or nothing like that. It's just we're trading. It makes sense to us, and we love talking about it. So we want to see what happens. You can't see it, David, but on my chart, I'm seeing, it came back in, but QCOM is a scenario 2 up on the quarter. Let me you cut out of that. Let me show you this quarter, and then I'll show you, and then we'll wrap this sucker up. Remember, it was my guy. This is just off the cuff. You're like, let's look at QCOM. Let's do it then. So on the quarter, it did come in a little bit. It came in just a little, but these are quarterly charts. It came in, what's this? Get that off of there. Anyway, it came in just a little bit. So not necessarily in force right now, but it's pretty dang close. So if we see some more bullish action to the upside, here's my broadening formation. There's that scenario 3. There's that engulfing bar David was talking about. What? Hey, you know what? That's an outside bar. What do we want? We want to see this price trade back through this broadening formation, trade through this scenario 3 back to the upside. That's what we want to see. So give me 2-2 reversal up on QCOM on the quarter. What's it doing? And we're going to come back to the quarter, but I want to see what it's doing on the year. Outside year, holy crap. There's your engulfing bar on the year. Scenario 3. It took out the highs. It took out the lows. Now they're trying to bring it back up to the highs. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. That's the quarter. That's awesome. What do you think about this quarterly chart? I know I got the broadening formation on here. See it. Yeah.
Trendspider will have quarterly and yearly soon. We promise.
We do. I know it. I know it. Because me and you are going to keep saying it. Give it to me. Give it to me. Bang it on Dan's door. Bang it on Dan's door. Where are you at? Give me my charts. He's like, hold on. We're making them. We're making them. So, and then go to the SPY. Let's go to the SPY really fast. We want to see some engulfing bars. go to the SPY on the year. There's your scenario 3 on the year. Outside bar right there. Got an outside bar right here. Look at this. This is what Rob was talking about. If you watch his weekend vids and also his macro charts, look at that.
That's awesome.
That's crazy. And honestly, that's why trading has been really hard. I mean, it comes all the way. This is COVID all the way down. The buyers come in all the way back up 3-2, just like we talked about. Me and you talked about. There's our 3-2 that me and you like to get in. I don't know how to draw your key level, but I'm going to work on it. Let's fake it. I'm going to fake it. You tell me where to put it, and then I'll put it. I don't know. This scenario, I don't know. We're here. Where am I drawing this thing?
Sure.
No.
There's a few spots I'd see. The low of last year probably being a key level as well.
Low of last year. Okay. Low of last year. Okay.
Yep.
And where's this one?
You could probably put that at the top of the year before that hammer, the 3. Yep.
Right there.
Yep.
Bam.
And really, this one would just be great for just one line, horizontal line there too. So
yeah.
Low's been pretty important.
Yeah, I like that. And I like that because it's just a visual. We know that price is not actually going to hit this line and go up. I know it did this. Me and you know that, especially if someone's been trading since 2014, you know that. I don't have to have that conversation with you. But I like that key level thing. I like that because I've been using ICT for a little bit. Alex Options taught me that. Just that we got an episode with him on that, and it's just I know it's just a zone. It's just a visual. If it gets through, if it gets in here, if I'm going long, and if it gets in here and it goes 3-2 down, I know for a fact, cut it, done. This could be a 60-minute chart. This could be a 2-minute chart. This could be any kind of chart. And, these are months, but yeah. And then again, if I draw this thing and I'm waiting for this 3-2, like David likes to, like you like to trade it, I'm looking for this 3-2 continuation up. Dude, if there's no reason, I know where to put my stops. I put my stop in this area here, right on that line. I'll put my stop right on that freaking line, and I am in. And let's make it red just for the kids so they understand what the heck I'm talking about. We'll make this one green, and now we're in. I mean, that's exactly how you would trade that, correct?
Yep.
Bam. Dude, I'm telling you that we might have to change this one from outside bars to how to trade 3-2 reversals with David Yocum and Strat Soldier.
Let's do it. We'll make that another segment.
Yep, that's awesome. Because then once it gets up in here and it starts trading down, we would go to a smaller time frame and then push our stops up till we get stopped out with profit. But that's awesome. I think that's a pretty good summary of what you just showed us. I believe it is. I don't want to talk too loud. You tell me if I'm wrong.
That's it. It looks like it's in an uptrend to me, so I'd like to play that long.
Heck yeah. TA and Strat coming together, kicking butt, creating winning positions, adding to them, and defending with tight stops. I'd say it all the time. It's the same. This is the same battlefield. It is. It's the same battlefield. We're just using different weapons. I'm a stratter. I'm getting in there. I'm a tank. You know what I mean? I like those monthly, quarterly trades. LMT. Lockheed Martin was a great one. I closed that one today. Again, this is an old show, but I locked that one in today, and then I got right back in that mug because it's showing me signals that there's buyers in there on the month. I want to stay in that thing, and I'm going to stay in there and keep killing it till it's dead.
Absolutely. Love it.
That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for being here. Is there anything, where can we find you? I know that was really quick, but you are really efficient. You know what you're doing, and you taught me something that was really fast. Because you know what you're talking about. This is great. I say this all the time. If you can't tell your grandma what you do in simple words that she can understand it, you don't know what you're doing. That's truth. So, but along with that, I've heard you on Trendspider. You can talk all the big TA words, but for this show and for what we do with the strat, you condensed it down so we can understand what you're saying. You're not out here trying to, puff up your chest. You're just saying, hey, we're trying to make money. Let's do it.
That's it. That's why we're here.
That's it, man. Where can we find you and anything else you want to say, man? I'm going to stop talking. You go.
Yeah. So I got a few sites you can reach me at. My Twitter being Yocum's Charting. You can follow me there. And then I also have my website, yocumscharting.com. And then I also just started a YouTube channel called Yocum's Charting. So you can
Heck
find me
yeah.
charting just about anywhere now. And I'll be there.
Heck yeah. Keyword Yocum. That's it. Keyword Yocum. Just type it in. It's right there. You see it on the screen. Just type it in.
Yep.
And then I always retweet those old. I retweet the heck out of my old shows. There's so much fun because I get to meet so many cool people. So I'll be retweeting your shows on there with me, you, and Jason, and all the other traders too, because you're fun. You're fun to work with, and I hope we get to do it again. Thank you so much for being here, man.
Yep. Absolutely. Appreciate you having me.
All right, that's going to do it for us. This is Strat Soldier with the Weekend Shift, and I got some more stuff to tell you. So I'm going to let him go, and then we'll come back to you. All right, I'll hold on. I got to go. See, I'll be right back. You know what I mean. Anyway, see you, Dave.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, he really did leave. Okay, so there's the cut. So when you cut it, there's the cut, and then hey. That was awesome, wasn't it? That was awesome. So that was really quick, down and dirty. How to trade. I'm going to name it right now. How to trade 3-2 continuations. I love that key price zone. I like it. It's easy. It's not about trading, drawing horizontal bars from how I see it. I think it's a good, just like ICT, it's a good zone to be like, hey, if I see a scenario 2 up or a 2 down, like, just like in football, okay, here's my line of scrimmage. Here's my line of scrimmage. If we got the ball and it goes above here, we're running this thing. If the other team gets the ball and they start running it back the other way and it gets back into this zone, cut it. Okay. That's how I see that. And David Yocum, that was really good. Thank you so much. You Stratters. It's awesome. And he was really good at what he does, and he knows some strats, so we can talk it. But it's good to, see how, okay, what do you got? What do you do? And show me. And if I can see the strat in that, all right, we got something we can work with. Get in there with us. Rob is still doing his 2 power hours a week. Okay. The Monday and Thursdays. If you're not in there, you are missing it. The lessons in there, I'm telling you, the lessons, the analogies. That's where I got that the analogy from, is from Rob. We are having a good time in there, and we are laughing at charts, because once you know the strat, the charts become hilarious. The news comes out and says, this and that's happening, and all this stuff. And just like the jobs report was bad, the market said, who cares, to the highs. And I guarantee there's somebody still holding puts, just praying that we close lower next week. Anyway, we got some really cool deals out there. Get in there. Get in there, follow trends, follow Sepia Group for all the latest deals, all the the promo codes. They're all in there. We got some really good ones out there. The 3 months for only $99 for the first 3 months. Okay. $99 per month for the first 3 months. That's in there. That's still in there. Got to get on Sepia Group, find out what that code is. Okay. They're probably going to throw it up in the chat. Okay. They're going to throw it in the chat for you. Okay. So it's all there. Matter of fact, I think they're going to throw all the deals in there. I think that's a good idea. Just throw the deals in the chat. So that way it's there. You just click the link, bam, you're in. But get in there, have some fun with us. I'm in the forums. I am in Sepia Social. I'm still doing it. This was fun. Thank you so much. This is the Strat Soldier with the Weekend Shift. Have fun, be with your families, and I'll see you next week. Peace.